Hello there, today I'll be showing you how to make an RC car powered by an ESP8266. You're going to need a couple of things. First of all, you're going to need a car. I bought mine from Quartz Components. It's just a simple acrylic cutout with a couple of motors on it. Then you're going to need an ESP8266, some wires, two red LEDs, one white LED, a buzzer, a battery, and finally an L298N motor controller. Once you have everything, play the car and connect the motor wires to the motor controller like this. Make sure that you connect the wires correctly. Next up, connect the battery connector to the 12-volt input and ground on the motor controller. I am using a 7.4 volt battery from an RC car, but you can use pretty much anything between 7 and 12 volts. You will have to power your ESP8266 with 3.3 or 5 volts. Fortunately, the motor controller that I'm using has a 5 volt output, so I'm just gonna connect that. But if the one that you are using doesn't have a 5 volt output, then you can use a buck converter to get the voltage. So go ahead and connect the ground wire and the 5 volts wire to the motor controller. Next, let's install the lights and the horn. I'm using some clear double-sided tape to fix them to the chassis. Let's move on to the brain of the car, the ESP8266. Before we put it in the car, we have to upload the code to it. So just plug it in and upload the code with Arduino IDE. I will leave a link in the description to the code if you're interested. And also on the GitHub page that is linked in the description, you can find some other resources like a wiring diagram if you're confused and some other stuff. I also attached a copper wire as an antenna to extend the range. Now, before you install it, you have to figure out the IP address of your board. So I coded in such a way that it will just tell you in the serial monitor. Just take note of that. Then once all the coding is done, then you can start plugging in the wires to the ESP8266. So I started off with the data cables to the motor controller. I connected them as shown in the diagram, and then followed with the D0 and ground for the horn, D5 and ground for the back lights or the rear lights, and D8 and ground for the front lights. If you want, you can switch them up, but make sure you also then change it in the code. Other than that, you have to still plug in the 5 volt and ground wires coming from the motor controller to the VIN and ground. Make sure that you plug the 5 volts into the VIN, because if you plug it into a 3 volt input, then your board will get fried. So unless you're using a buck converter to get 3.3 volts, only use the VIN input. Once everything is connected, I use some more double-sided tape to attach the board to the chassis. If messy cables bother, then you can use some masking tape or maybe zip ties to tie them up a little bit. Now that you're basically done with it, you have to make sure that all the wheels are spinning in the right direction and everything works. So just go to your phone, connect to the Wi-Fi access point from the ESP8266 and go to the web address that was given in the serial monitor. And check if all the wheels are spinning in the right direction, if the LEDs work, the horn works. If something doesn't work, then debug. You most likely will run into an issue where the wheels are not spinning in the correct direction. Just switch up the cables until it works. Other than that, just pretty much close it up and you're good to go. If you're interested in any future projects or to see this car get an upgrade, maybe a camera or some rubber band guns or something, then subscribe. If you like the video, like it. If you don't, then well, don't like it. If you have any ideas what I should do in the future or make some improvements to this car, then let me know in the comments. Till next time, bye.